We talk about young Indian batters being aggressive, and I've got one such batter who, without caring about who the bowler is, showed in this edition of the IPL what is it that you can achieve if you are aggressive, if you know what you're doing, if you follow all that process. And he was part of a team that did extremely well, made it to the final this time around of the IPL as well, and he happened to be one of the breakout stars of that team. Delighted to be joined by Nehal Wadhera today here in Delhi NCR. Nehal, welcome. Thank you so much for sparing the time and talking to us here on India Today. Tell us what's it been like for you? Had a successful IPL, both for you personally and for your franchise as well. Talk us through what the journey was and how is it that you look back at your own campaign and the team's campaign.
Yes, first of all, thank you. Yeah, talking about the season, I was really lucky enough that it turned out to be really good for me as planned, according to the way I practiced, the way I had kept my preparations and all the expectations which I had from myself. If I had to be fair, I'm sure that I completed 80 to 85% of it, barring the finals. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my performance, but still some improvements which needs to be done, and I'll surely work on it. And probably you could see even a better version of me next season.
We definitely saw a much improved version of you in this campaign. I was looking at your strike rate. In fact, we followed your journey right through the Mumbai Indians days from about 129, 130, which your strike rate was last year. It shot up to 146. You had 250s as well, as you did, I think, in your first campaign, which was back in 2023. Tell us, how is it that this shift happened? Did the preparation change from? It's a big ask to move from 130. You have to change your approach completely. You have to innovate, bring in new shots, add more to your skill set. So from 130 to 146, what was that journey? Who is it that helped you? Talk us through all of that.
Yeah, so the talking about the change in strike rate. So when I was practicing back in my town, I was thinking about this thing that my strike rates needs to be a bit better. So I was preparing accordingly. I was playing the situation, good even during my first two seasons as well. But I just wanted to bring something in my game that I can how I can be I play the same game but also score more runs in less balls. So to increase my strike rate, so I prepared that accordingly in my town, and I've had this goal in my mind that I want to improve my strike rate. If you want to play for India at this time, you have to be at your best game, and I think I'm really close to it. Like I told you before, there's still some improvements which I think it needs to be done. I'm sure I'll work on it, and you'll see a better version of me with the more improved strike rate, I think, next year.
What's that strike rate? Because as this T20 game is evolving, the talk about strike rate has become very centric to T20 cricket. So from 146, which I said was your strike rate in this edition, what is it that you have in mind? Do you want to go to the heights of 180, 190? We see some players making that the norm. Is that the sort of idea that you have as well?
No, I think if you know that you can, you can accelerate your game at any given point of time is when your strike rate really improves. So I think players like Hendrik Klaassen is one of them. He bats at the same number of as me, and his strike rate is phenomenal. The way he plays spin really well, and he has those shots in the book which can actually help him score runs at any given point of time, no matter what the situation is. So I think he's a great inspiration for all the middle order batsmen who play in the IPL, how to uplift your game, how to increase your strike rate. And talking about the strike rate thing, yes, if you want to play for the country in today's time, you definitely you have to match the high pace of the game, because in today's game you don't end up scoring even 200. 250 has become the new normal score in the T20. So I think if you want to be consistently good at scoring those runs, so you have to be really good at your strike rate. So that was my main goal coming into the season this year, and I think I have definitely improve my strike rate. And yes, I still want to improve it more. It's a difficult task, a really difficult task to ask from a player like me, but definitely I'm still up for this challenge, and I would want to improve myself.
The one thing we see with batters, especially in the time that they get to prepare for big tournaments, is they spend a lot of time with their childhood coaches, go back to hometown, as you said as well. That's what preparation was like. In all of this, did you increase the number of deliveries? We hear from a lot of batters that, from 250, 300 deliveries in a session that they would play. At times, we've seen players go ahead and play 600, 700 balls as well. Was that also your preparation style as well? You increase the number of balls. Do you have a number that you can give us?
No, there was not such particular number, but it's like when I'm completely satisfied with my session for the day is when I actually stop it. When I know that I've covered all the aspects which I need to cover in a practice session, is when I stop. So, and yes, talking about the strike rate thing, how I did practice is how is my I definitely worked upon my range hitting a bit more, and I also wanted to improve my hitting striking, standing within the crease and also stepping out. So I think these are two things which I actually worked on, how to score consistently even when an off spinner is bowling at me, because it's actually hard for a left-hander to score against an off-spinner in a T20. But yes, I did work upon that aspect as well. So I think that is what the hard work which I put in these 6-7 months before the IPL is what actually helped me this year.
What we also saw happen this year, and you're wearing the colour of your previous franchise, so I'll talk about the Mumbai Indians in just a bit as well, but there was a change in colours for you in the IPL this time. Tell us how that worked out. How happy were you when you got to know you were being picked by a team that had Ricky Ponting in charge, that was going to have Shreyas Iyer as the captain? How was that for you? Tell us about the experience.
Yes, I was really happy when I got picked up for Punjab, because I have represented Punjab in my domestic season as well, and when you get to play for your home state in the IPL is also, it gives you a really you already have a different connection with your state, and you get a chance to play for your home team. So I was really keen enough to play for them, and I was really enthusiastic that I want to win this title for them. I want to win the first title, but unfortunately we couldn't cross the line in the finals. And yes, talking about Ricky Ponting and Shreyas Iyer, I think all the talks which I heard about them is actually very true. It's actually quite factual, and they are actually really amazing people off and on and off the field. They are someone who can actually bring your A game to the table. And they actually give you really good advices, and also how you can how the way a player plays in a domestic season is if that game you bring into the IPL is when your best comes out. So I think that is the clear instructions which were given by them to us, that you just need to play your natural game, and I think that is what really helped us domestic players out there in the IPL to improve our strike rates, and also to play our natural game and be really fearless.
Is there something you in specific that you remember? Ricky Ponting is known to groom young players, bring in that Aussie mentality. He's got that steely eyes as well, and oftentimes we hear from cricketers that it's very infectious. So in terms of Ricky Ponting, and the one thing probably he would have said to you that completely changed your mindset and changed the way you look at the game, or he told you something that enhanced your strength even more. Is there something that you recall on those lines?
Yeah, I think the one thing which he told to every player is that you should not have that fear of getting out, but at the same point of time you should also be knowing it's not that your coach has told you not that you don't need to fear of getting out, but at the same point of time you should also know when to control your shots and when to play them. That is what brings up that is what shows a maturity in a player. So I think that everyone was very when a coach gives you such freedom, such confidence, so I think it's our duty then to show some faith, give some faith back to him. And I think all our youngsters, all the domestic players, all the international players as well, they did play fearlessly, as you saw throughout the season. Punjab scoring 7 times 200 plus scores in an IPL, which was highest being which I think is a record now, that any team which has crossed 200 plus runs in a single IPL edition. And I think this all comes only if you have that confidence from your coach. And I think
so. Who would you give that credit to? The coach, the captain, one of them, or it's the partnership? Where did this come from?
No, I think it's a mixed combination of both of them. The same words that Ricky Ponting would say to us is the same word even Shreyas Iyer told us. So I think it's the camaraderie which they already share. I think back
From the
then,
Delhi days.
yeah. So I think it's the same mindset which they wanted to bring into the table in Punjab Kings, and I think they really did a fantastic job in that. And I'm really happy that I got an opportunity to work under these two, legends of the game, and I would really wish that I can continue this franchisee for a long time, and want to win the IPL title, the first IPL title for Punjab.
What a story that would be if a young boy, playing for that same state, ends up representing that franchise and ends up winning them the maiden title as well. Came very close this time. The one other thing, Nehal, I want to ask get to know from you is about that finisher's role that we saw you perform this time around. You were asked to go in tough situations, and you were able to find the boundary on most days. So, is that exactly the role you always wanted? And since you talked about high strike rates and the Indian team looking at players who can really up the ante, is that the kind of role you see for yourself in the Indian team as well? Be that finisher?
I think if you have to ask me, I'm really happy to play, in any position. I just want to be there in the Indian team and stay there for a long time and be a match winner. No matter what the position, what the team requires out of me, I think I am ready for that challenge. I am prepared to be in that, I'm actually prepared for that platform to have that confidence within me. So because I have practiced the way I practice is not a particular position which I practice, but I try to practice in different positions where I can bat. So maybe it be at number 4, 5, 6 or 7. So I usually keep such pressure situation even during the practice session, that I have that fear of getting out even during a practice session. Sometimes I give myself challenges like I won't get to bat again even in a practice session if I get out. So so you have to give yourself, your mind, your body such challenges in order to for you to grow as a player. And I think I have done that, and I will continue to do so for me to become a better player.
The other thing that we also saw happen with Punjab, and there was so much happening with the Punjab Kings this time. There was such an entertaining franchise, and it became like a thing on social media. The word Sarpanch everyone was talking about, and that was to do with skipper Shreyas Iyer. Tell us, how is it that it came about? Is it a team joke? How did Shreyas Iyer get that title of being called the Sarpanch?
To be very honest, I don't know about that, but I think that's a perfect title which is being given to him. I don't know if he did know about the Sarpanch thing before, because I don't think they use this word in Mumbai. So, but I think that's a perfect word which has been allotted to him, and I'm really happy that he's also happy.
He enjoys the tag?
Yeah, he definitely does. Once we told him, Sarpanch is like the boss and everything. And
okay, so earlier he didn't know what Sarpanch meant?
I totally don't know, because seriously, but once we were having this conversation, so when we all told him, I'm not sure if he knew this before or no, but I'm sure he must have asked people when he got to know everyone is calling him Sarpanch. So yes, I think he's really happy. When you get such title from your fans, from your loved ones, who want you to do well, who want you to lift trophy for Punjab. And I think the love Punjabi showed this season was really amazing. The support, I don't think that I have seen such support of Punjab Kings before in any IPL edition. So this year it was something else, and I hope they continue to do so in the coming years as well, for the Sarpanch and also for us.
Very quickly, just last question to you. I know you got a long drive back to Gurgaon, and I wish you luck with that. The Mumbai Indians, they played a very vital role in the formation of the player that you are right now. Take us back to those days. What is it that it meant to play for the Mumbai Indians? And they say that this is a franchise that really nurtures young cricketers. So tell us, who gave you that environment over there, a conversation that you remember from that time, and why is it's deemed as a special franchise?
Yeah, I would always, would like to thank Mumbai Indians, who gave me an opportunity to represent in the IPL. I would forever be grateful to them. If Mumbai Indians hadn't picked me, probably I wouldn't have even played IPL, because, that was the only team which did bid for me during the first season. So I will be forever grateful to them. And regarding the conversations, I think Rahul Sanghvi is one of the guys in Mumbai Indians which actually scouted me and helped me to be in the Mumbai Indian squad, and I will forever be grateful to him and all the other people there, all the scouts there. But a special thanks to him who actually picked me, who saw that game that in me, and who had that confidence within me that yes, I can be good enough to play here. And I'm happy that I could show some faith back to him and also to the franchise. And yes, so that is all which what I would like.
Miss wearing the jumpsuit, which was a bit of a prank, I know, and it ended up becoming a punishment later on. You were one of the repeated offenders.
No, I actually wore it. Yes, I got late in a meeting once, so I had to wear it. But I'm really happy that I don't have to wear it now, because that's the thing with Mumbai Indians. So I saw some people wearing it this year. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing to it keeps the environment really happy, and that's a punishment which they do. It doesn't happen in Punjab, so I'm happy with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nehal, for your time. We wish you all the very best going forward, and congratulations once again for having a splendid IPL 2025. Thank you so much.